stand by. I just started again, ellipsis. Just let me know if we are going good, comma, for real. Okay, I don't know if you, the listeners, just heard that message that I made a talk to text to our producer, Suna Venkat. We're struggling with a little bit of connectivity problems here. But I think we're back on. And Adam Wade with 2 consecutive wild pitches in this first one is going to score a run for Ridge Point. Devin McComas slides home. 2 consecutive wild pitches. And now it is Kyle Rosa at third base. And Garrett Johnson still in the batter's box, now with a runner at third and only 1 out. Okay, now I'm going to say hi to Ed in California. I think we are finally connected again. And Ed, you're just in time, but I have bad news. Ridge Point has scored a run without the benefit of a hit. They trail Elkins 2-1. There's a runner at third and just 1 out in the top of the 5th. Wade brings it, and it hits Garrett Johnson. This is a red-hot Chili Peppers game, and if the Knights don't find a way to throw strikes, they're going to give it away now. Now we have runners at the corners, and I believe Adam Wade's night is done, and he'll get a nice ovation from the Knights fans. Copeland Jones is going to come in and pitch. We'll take a break and be back. This is VypeFortBend.com.
What if you made the rules? You'd probably make ice cream mandatory for breakfast. Maybe you'd decide mullets were fashionable again. And if you were in charge of your wireless plan, you'd most likely do something to save yourself a bunch of money. Well, you're in luck. Because when you get Xfinity Mobile and Internet together, you can save up to $300 a year on your wireless bill. And with Xfinity Mobile, you can choose the perfect data option for each person using it. From unlimited to shared data or a mix of each, all in one plan. Hey, you're making the rules here. Get started with Xfinity Internet for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement. Plus, add Xfinity Mobile to save up to $300 a year on your wireless bill. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay and 6/30/21. Restrictions apply. New Performance Starter Plus Internet customers only. Equipment, taxes and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Wireless savings compares to averages of top providers. Xfinity Internet required.
Well, I put together some great pitching notes on the Elkins staff, and I'm sure that head coach Brent Schmidt and assistant coach Jason Slanina were hoping that I was not going to need to use them, because Adam Wade was brilliant through the first 2 innings, but then he just lost his control. Copeland Jones comes on. This will be his 7th appearance of the season. 8 2/3 innings thus far. He has a record of 2 wins, 1 loss. 6 hits allowed in those 8 2/3 innings. 6 runs allowed, 4 of them earned. 8 walks, 2 strikeouts for Copeland Jones. He's hit 3 batters by pitch. His ERA is 3.23, and here is his first pitch. It is a called strike as he delivers to Brandon Nelson. Copeland Jones, a strong right-hander. With runners at first and third and 1 out, top of the 5th. The wind feels like it's died down now. It's still blowing out a little gently towards center field. Nelson ready and takes a pitch high. It's 1-1. Copeland Jones with a whip of 1.62, throws 51% strikes. That pitch is outside, and it's 2-1. Opposing batters are hitting .200 against Copeland Jones this year. And the catcher, Abity, looks over at the dugout. By the way, Adam Wade is now playing first base. Ridgepoint down 2-1. Breaking ball in there on the inside part of the plate. That was a big hook to Nelson. Great execution by Jones. Garrett Johnson at third. Correction, it is Rosa at third and Garrett Johnson at first. And that pitch down and in. And it's now 3-2. So on the first hitter that he faces, Copeland Jones goes to a full count. Nelson was hit by a pitch his first time. Flied out to left field his next time. Here's the pitch from Jones. Took something off of it. It's down low for ball 4 and the bases are loaded. Oh, those bases on balls. They are killing the night so far. And the game may be hanging in the balance right here in the top of the 5th. The go-ahead run is at second base in the person of Garrett Johnson, who has good speed. Dossett comes on to run for Nelson. He's at first. Zach Ellis hit into a double play and walked. Facing Copeland Jones the first time. The right-hander brings it. Breaking ball in there for strike 1. I think that was a slider, actually. Had that frisbee movement on it. Hi, Ed in California. Wish you were here. Jones comes set. Brings the 0-1. Swung on and fouled straight back. Nice hack by Ellis. Well, the Ridgepoint bats have been silent. The only reason they've been able to get a run on the board is because of walks. And a couple of wild pitches that sealed the fate of Adam Wade, and his pitching night was done. He's over at first base now, and it's Copeland Jones on the mound. Here's the 0-2. Breaking ball down and away from Ellis. No way he's chasing that one. By the way, Ridgepoint fans, be with us on Thursday night. We have softball. The Austin girls taking on Ridgepoint. And Ridgepoint gave Austin a spanking the first time around in peaceful, bucolic Pheasant Creek. But this time, the rivalry moves to the hard-scrabble streets of Siena. Copeland Jones brings the 1-2. Ellis started to go, held up, and it's down and away for ball 2. The count even. The noise coming out of the Ridgepoint dugout. Copeland Jones hearing it. Now he wants his catcher Abity to go through the signs again. Ellis steps back in. 2-1 game. Elkins on top, but Ridgepoint threatening with the bases loaded and 1 out in the 5th. The pitch to Ellis bounces in, skips away, and the catcher can't find it. And there's another run for Ridgepoint as Rosa slides into third. Everybody else moves up. It's 2-2. Rosa comes home on the wild pitch. Well, you got to love high school baseball, or at least if you like unpredictability, you love high school baseball. But, of course, we've got a long way to go. We've got a new game, and Ellis still in the batter's box now with a 3-2 count on him. That was one of those pitches that I'm not sure if it hit the black part of the plate in front, but if a baseball does that, it usually goes straight up. I don't know if it did that or if it ran up Logan Abity's arm. Here's the 3-2. Ellis lofts one high in the air toward third base. This will be Whitsitt's play in fair territory. He makes the catch. 2 away. So now you've got Dossett at second. He moved up on the wild pitch. And Garrett Johnson, the go-ahead run, is at third. And it'll be up to Carter Groen. And just in case we lost our signal before all the nice folks who are in Carter Groen's family, some in New York, some in Georgia. Hope we didn't lose you earlier, but just in case we did, I'm saying hi now. Thanks for listening to VypeFortBend.com. Groen ready. Looks at a curveball, just missed the outside corner. Copeland Jones has come on in relief of the starter Adam Wade. And the right-hander Jones still has a little bit of a mess to clean up, but the game is already tied. 7 hits for Elkins, 4 for Ridgepoint according to the scoreboard. And the second pitch down and away. There's a throw down, and Garrett Johnson back into third. So I guess if we lost our signal, you didn't get to hear the tight pants story about Carter Groen and Kevin Mitchell of the New York Mets from 1986. Here's the 2-0 breaking ball. Caught the outside corner, 2-1. Copeland Jones sporting a beard. There's some show on, I don't know if it's HGTV, but there's this couple, and, you know, they're the hosts of the show, and the husband has a big full beard, and from here, Copeland Jones kind of looks like that guy. I'm sorry I don't know the name of that couple, but they're very Southern, put it that way. All right, when Groen comes up the next time, I'll tell the tight pants story as he takes the 2-1 pitch high. 3-1 now, and Copeland Jones is in danger of walking the bases full. If he does, he would then face Owen Ferris. Groen digs in, taps the bat on the outside corner of the plate, then the inside, ready for the 3-1. Here it comes. Breaking ball, caught the inside corner, and the count goes full. Copeland Jones definitely is a finesse pitcher. Nods at his catcher, Abity. Johnson leading off of third. Here comes a 3-2. In the dirt, ball 4, and Carter Groen walks. The bases are loaded again. And now it looks like Ridgepoint. Are they sending up a pinch hitter here? Yep, they are. Quinn Pfeiffer is going to bat. And in district play, he's had limited at-bats. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI. And Coach Welch is talking to the home plate umpire. So Copeland Jones will see a fresh hitter. And Owen Ferris had been 0 for 2 with 2 swinging strikeouts. And now Coach Clinton Welch pushing the button and going to Quinn Pfeiffer. And Ridgepoint hoping that Elkins has not seen nothing like the mighty Quinn. Right-handed hitter. And Copeland Jones has been massaging the baseball with his pitching hand. Now here we go. 2 outs, bases loaded with Ridgepoint Panthers in a 2-2 game, top of the 5th. Here's the first pitch, and it's a strike on the outside corner with that slider. Quinn Pfeiffer now with his left foot out of the box, looks back down there at Coach Welch. Steps back in, slightly open stance. Copeland Jones brings the 0-1 and just got a piece of it. It trickles back to the backstop, and Pfeiffer is down 0-2. Spells his last name like Michelle Pfeiffer. And Jason Slanina is coming out of the dugout, the assistant coach for Elkins. I think he wants to just say something to Copeland Jones. He did not cross the third base line. Still a little bit of wind blowing out, and this time it's in left field, not straightaway center. Jones comes set, brings the 0-2. Pfeiffer loops it into left field, coming on his pain. He dives, and he didn't make the catch. 2-run score for Ridgepoint, and they lead it 4-2. And they're going to get the third out at third base. But coming home, Johnson and Nelson, or correction, Johnson and Dossett. Ridgepoint takes the lead, and we will move on to the bottom of the 5th inning. And the Panthers on top by a score of 4-2. This is VypeFortBend.com.
First Tire and Automotive has been putting your health and your car safety first for over 20 years. First Tire and Automotive stands for family, integrity, reliability, service, and trust. That's why Fort Bend families know take your vehicle to First Tire and Automotive first and forever. Check out the website for service and savings at firsttireandauto.com. Make your appointment today. With 4 great locations, Eldridge, First Colony, Greatwood, and now in Cinco Ranch, there is one around the corner from you. All 4 stores now open on Saturday. FirstTireandAuto.com.
We take care of you, so you can take care of business. Office Depot Office Max.
Taking care of business.
Well, the Elkins fans might be saying something under their breath like hell's bells, or maybe even worse. There's no way that the Knights should be down in this game, but now they are, as Ridge Point came through with 4 runs in the top of the 5th inning. Now Braylon Payne leads off, to be followed by Burton and Whitsitt for Elkins, and Tyler Dasher still out there throwing. First pitch swinging and fouled back behind us, and it's over there on the still under construction football practice field. Here's the next pitch from Dasher. Tried to burn off the outside corner but missed it. Payne is 0 for 1 with a second inning ground out to second base. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. A weak swing there by Payne. And now he's down 1-2. Left-hander steps back in there like he's really anxious to take a rip at something. 1-2 the count, and Dasher delivers. Downstairs, Nelson says, that's good. That's right where I wanted you to throw it. But Payne was not fishing at that one. Count 2-2. Braylon crowds the plate from the left-handed box. Dasher comes set. Here's the pitch. And it's a called strike 3 on the outside corner, and the Elkins fans not liking it because I heard one of them say good eye before the umpire said it was strike 3, and I think it was outside the strike zone, but I guess it doesn't matter what we think up here. And, you know, I love both of these teams, so I don't really have a dog in the fight. I'm not leaning one way or the other. Nevertheless, 1 out, and now here's Burton, grounded out to third his first time. Dasher comes set, brings it down and away for a ball. Burton, right-handed hitter. Dasher comes set. Roxanne fires the 1-0 on the outside corner for strike 1. Burton hitting .273 on the year coming into this game. He has 6 hits but no extra base hits. Swings at the 1-1, and it's into right field. Easy play for Ferris. And 2 outs. So if you let a team wriggle off the hook and you've been dominating them and you can't keep doing that, sometimes it's hard to keep the air or get the air back in the balloon. But long way to go for the Knights, plenty of chances. And now to the top of the order, it's Whitsitt. And Whitsitt looks at a ball just above the letters on the curveball delivery from Tyler Dasher. Dasher's given up some hits, but he's been efficient. Brings it, burns off the outside corner, and the count is even 1-1. Dasher comes set. Brings it. Ground ball to third. Scooped up by Kennett. Gets a grip. Fires across. Gets his man. 1-2-3 inning for Tyler Dasher and the Ridgepoint Panthers. And when Ridgepoint comes up in the top of the sixth, they will send up, let's see, Kennett, McComas, and Vassis. We'll continue on VypeFortBend.com.
What if you made the rules? You'd probably make ice cream mandatory for breakfast. Maybe you'd decide mullets were fashionable again. And if you were in charge of your wireless plan, you'd most likely do something to save yourself a bunch of money. Well, you're in luck. Because when you get Xfinity Mobile and Internet together, you can save up to $300 a year on your wireless bill. And with Xfinity Mobile, you can choose the perfect data option for each person using it. From unlimited to shared data or a mix of each, all in one plan. Hey, you're making the rules here. Get started with Xfinity Internet for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement. Plus, add Xfinity Mobile to save up to $300 a year on your wireless bill. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay and 6/30/21. Restrictions apply. New Performance Starter Plus Internet customers only. Equipment, taxes and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Wireless savings compares to averages of top providers. Xfinity Internet required.
We see all you do to get work done, whether it's keeping your office clean or redesigning your space for 3 or 300. Our business is to keep business going. Buy online and pick up in store, or get free next business day shipping at Office Depot, Office Max, and OfficeDepot.com.
All right, so we have a new pitcher for the Elkins Knights, and he is Stephen Hallmark. Sorry about that. I'm just adjusting the audio for you. I want you to hear the crowd, but not so much that you can't tell what's going on. Okay, so Stephen Hallmark on to pitch for the Elkins Knights, and the first batter that he's going to face is J.J. Kennett. Left-hander, Stephen Hallmark. Here's the first pitch, and he's a sidewinder, and it's lifted into right center field, and that will get down. It's going to roll near the wall, but Kennett is going to pull into second with a sliding double. Well, I guess he looked like he had seen Hallmark before. Hallmark with a record of 1-0. He's come out of the bullpen for a save, although this is not a save opportunity. This is his 8th pitching appearance. He's thrown 15 innings, given up 14 hits. Now he just gave up his 15th. He's allowed 7 runs, and 6 of those earned, 12 walks, 9 strikeouts. Batter's hitting .259 against Stephen Hallmark. Third pitcher of the night after Adam Wade and Copeland Jones. And now Devin McComas with a runner at second. And the pitch is outside. If you watch the movie Moneyball, Stephen Hallmark delivers pitches like Chad Bradford, except Chad Bradford was a right-hander. He just comes from the left. Hallmark brings it, and he catches the outside corner. 1-1 the count on McComas, the number 9 hitter for Ridgepoint. Panthers lead it 4-2 in the top of the 6th. Next pitch. Took a little something off of it, but it was outside for a ball, 2-1, and there's a throw quickly down to see if they could get Kennett straying off of second base, but though Abady's throw was a good one, he was back in time. Looks like Hallmark sets up with his left foot on the end of the pitcher's rubber that is closest to first base. looks back at second. McComas taking a big lead. Here's the pitch. And swung and sliced into foul ground over near the bullpen, near the Ridge Point dugout. Or on the same side as the Ridge Point dugout. So you want to make sure I know who's in right field for Elkins. Number 20, that's Ethan Muniz. He has moved to right field. Here's the pitch, and it's in the dirt for a ball. McComas batting. Kennett led off the inning with a double. McComas ready. The left-hander Hallmark ready to deal. 3-2 the count, and that is lashed down the left field line. It's a fair ball. It'll score Kennett from second easily to make it 5-2. A pair of doubles in the 6th inning for Ridge Point, and they now lead it 5-2. And McComas out on second base, and he's flexing. RBI double for McComas. Now with nobody out and a runner in scoring position, it's up to the top of the order, Justin Vasas. Stephen Hallmark with an ERA of 2.80 and a whip of 1.73. He's got 4 1-2-3 innings to his credit in the 5 full innings that he had pitched coming into this one, but I don't know if Ridge Point scouted him or maybe he just doesn't have it tonight, but they have jumped on the pitches through to the first 2 batters. Dossett comes into the game for Ridge Point, and he will run at second base for Kennett. Now Coach Welch. I'm not sure what change he's making, but it might be that Dossett, after running here, could possibly stay in the game and play for someone, or replace someone rather. And now Brent Schmidt comes out of the Elkins dugout. And he wants to talk to the home plate umpire, so he knows what the changes are. So Justin Vasas has been waiting a long time to get into the batter's box. By the way, the Ridge Point Panther girls softball team has just shown up. And now here's the first pitch to Vasas. And it's outside for a ball. Hallmark looks back at second, brings it. Vasas takes. That looked pretty good, but it's a ball. I guess it was low, 2-0.
Wow. Check your phone, you missed that one too.
Vasas digging in. 2-0 the count. Hallmark looks back at second and brings it. That's a strike on the outside corner. Hallmark brings the next one. Vasas looks at one that's high, and it's 3-1. Hallmark looks back at second yet again. Ready to bring the 3-1 to Vasas. He rips one into left field, and it'll be caught by Payne. A brilliant catch out there. And Dossett has to dash back to second. And if the Knights can come back in this game, then they may look to that play as the thing that turned this one around. So Dossett still at second, and now it's Rosa.
Number 19, Kyle
And the PA announcer here does not realize that the last name of number 19 is pronounced Rosa. Hallmark seeing Kyle for the first time. 5-2 Ridge Point after they added a run here in the top of the 6th. And Hallmark stepped off. Now he's back on. Here's Hallmark's pitch, and Rosa with a chopper to the left side of the infield. Wits it, gloves it, but nobody's going to be able to make a play. Everybody is safe. And that's nobody's fault. It was just hit into no man's land. And both Jacob Binder and Witsit were converging. Neither one of it could get it cleanly. Neither one of them could get it cleanly. I'm writing something down. That's why I'm taking a pause here. So it's an infield single for Rosa. And now Garrett Johnson with runners at the corners and 2 outs. Hallmark bringing it. Pitch bounces in. Abity blocks it nicely, just like a goalie protecting the 5-hole. Hallmark, the sidewinder. Bends at the waist, looks in at Abity. Here's the pitch. Missed the outside corner, and it's 2-0. Hallmark comes set. Looks like he might quick pitch here, but it's a throw over to first base. And the tag applied by Wade, but back in easily as Rosa. Garrett Johnson on the night struck out twice and was hit by a pitch, came around to score. And he takes a pitch that just missed the outside corner, but I must say it looked pretty good. And the count's 3-0. Hallmark brings the next one. Down and in for a ball. Johnson walks. The bases are loaded. That pushes Rosa over to second. And it's Kennett still at third. Actually, Dossett running for Kennett. And now Brandon Nelson steps in. The catcher was hit by a pitch, flied out to left field and walked and came around to score in the 4-run 5th. One more has come across for Ridge Point, and with 2 outs, bases loaded, they could break it open. Nelson looks at the first pitch, and I don't know where that was, but it's ball 1. Lefty Brandon Nelson seeing the sidewinder, left-hander Hallmark for the first time, the 1-0. And that's a strike. You might have heard "come on" from the Elkins fans. It's because the home plate umpire takes a full second before he shows us that it's a called strike. Nelson ready for the 1-1. Hallmark kicks and comes home, and it's way outside. Nice catch by Abity. 2-1. No place to put Brandon Nelson. Here's the 2-1. Up and in, 3-1, and Nelson, I think he was just angry that he didn't get something to swing at there. He's crowding the plate from the left-handed box. Hallmark is ready. Here comes the 3-1. And it's inside for ball 4. Another run for Ridge Point as Gossett will trot home from third base. 6-2 is our score. Rosa moves to third. Johnson moves to second. And Nelson gets to first, but he is going to be replaced by pinch runner Tyler Martin. So I can't tell if anyone's warming up for Elkins, but Hallmark is still out there, and now he's going to face Zach Ellis. Ellis hit into a double play, walked and got to second, and hit a pop-up to the third baseman. Hallmark delivers the first one. Started to go, but he held up, and it's a strike on the inside edge. Nothing in one. The count on Zach Ellis, looking at Hallmark. After looking at Jones and Wade before that, and there's a Tapper foul over near third base, and Coach Welch picks it up. Wonders where he should go with the baseball. He's going to toss it into the Elkins dugout. So this didn't look like it was going to be Ridge Point's night, and it still could be the Knights' night, but right now Ridge Point is on top 6-2 after they trailed after 4 innings 2-0. Here's a pitch that burns off the outside corner. It's a called strike 3. Down goes Ellis. Stood there like a house by the side of the road. And 2 away now, and Ridge Point is going to send up a pinch hitter now. It's Parker Menifee batting in place of Carter Groen. And now that means I don't get to tell the Kevin Mitchell, Carter Groen tight pants story. Or maybe I still can. Big Parker Menifee, great tight end on the football team. Powerful right-handed hitter, but before he sees the first pitch from Hallmark, Abity asks for time, and he's going to go out there and talk to his left-hander. Hallmark smiles at him, so maybe they know something we don't know. We don't have any hitting numbers on Menifee for the district games. We just have pitching numbers for him. Looks at the first pitch. In there for a strike. Menifee with a stance that is neither open nor closed. Ready for Hallmark's delivery, and he rips it. Bouncer, deep short. Jacob Binder with a tough throw to make. Goes across, and it gets away from the first baseman, Wade, and 2 runs will score. It is 8-2 Ridge Point. Rosa and Johnson cross the plate, and now a 3rd run will score in the person of Tyler Martin because the throw went all the way into the dugout, and they're whooping it up in the Ridge Point dugout. They are a hero's welcome on a 3-run infield single, and Menifee ends up at second base. I don't know if we're going to see another pitching change, but Brent Schmidt is out of the Elkins dugout. We'll take a break and be back.
What if you made the rules? You'd probably make ice cream mandatory for breakfast. Maybe you'd decide mullets were fashionable again. And if you were in charge of your wireless plan, you'd most likely do something to save yourself a bunch of money. Well, you're in luck. Because when you get Xfinity Mobile and Internet together, you can save up to $300 a year on your wireless bill. And with Xfinity Mobile, you can choose the perfect data option for each person using it. From unlimited to shared data or a mix of each, all in one plan. Hey, you're making the rules here. Get started with Xfinity Internet for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement. Plus, add Xfinity Mobile to save up to $300 a year on your wireless bill. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay and 6/30/21. Restrictions apply. New Performance Starter Plus Internet customers only. Equipment, taxes and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Wireless savings compares to averages of top providers. Xfinity Internet required.
Okay, we're back. We took that little timeout. There was no pitching change. Hallmark is still out there. And here's the pitch. Swung on by Ferris. It's a ground ball to Binder at short. Fires across, gets the out. And that will end the top of the 6th. But Ridge Point scores 5 times. And now they lead it by a score of 9-2. We'll be back.
First Tire and Automotive has been putting your health and your car safety first for over 20 years. First Tire and Automotive stands for family, integrity, reliability, service, and trust. That's why Fort Bend families know take your vehicle to First Tire and Automotive first and forever. Check out the website for service and savings at firsttireandauto.com. Make your appointment today. With 4 great locations, Eldridge, First Colony, Greatwood, and now in Cinco Ranch, there is one around the corner from you. All 4 stores now open on Saturday. firsttireandauto.com.
Okay, we have a disturbing score for Elkins fans after leading 2-0 going to the top of the 5th. The Ridgepoint Panthers now lead this game by a score of 9-2. Things have gotten kind of sloppy for the Elkins Knights. But I have something else that's, I think anyone in Fort Bend ISD would agree is disturbing. The Travis Tigers were scheduled to play Dulles tonight, but that game is postponed because Dulles has COVID cases. And that news comes to me courtesy of Larry Chernock, the assistant coach for Travis, who has come to the ballpark tonight since he didn't have a game to coach tonight. Thank you, Larry, for that information. It's disappointing, but it's important that we know. So Dulles is going to quarantine until April 9th, and you know, him telling me that is important because I might need to change our broadcast schedule.
Leading off for the Knights, number 1.
So Dulles and Travis will reschedule their game for later. And by the way, we're going to have softball for you on Thursday night as the Austin girls will take on Ridgepoint at Ridgepoint. I have news about what Ridgepoint's girls did tonight. As here we go, Jacob Binder leading off the bottom of the 6th with his team down by 9-2. The wheels have come off for the Elkins Knights, and Ridgepoint has not had to crush the ball all over the yard to get it done. Second pitch from Tyler Dasher bounces in, and it's 1-1. Jacob Binder is 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a single. Dasher has gone all the way for Ridgepoint. He's been efficient. Here's the 1-1, right down the middle for a strike. And Binder will need to go into protect mode. So courtesy of Blaine Simmons, who plays for the Ridgepoint varsity softball team, the Panther girls beat Clements tonight, 19-2, and now many of them are at the game. Swing and a miss by Jacob Binder, and down he goes. 1 out in the bottom of the 6th.
Number 12, Joseph Binder.
Now Joseph Binder. Six strikeouts for Tyler Dasher. Joseph Binder is 2 for 2 with a pair of singles, and he looks as the first pitch is down and away. Binder's RBI single in the 3rd made it 2-0. But now it's 9-2 Ridgepoint. Dasher brings it, burns off the outside corner, strike 1, evening the count. Logan Abity due to hit next. Binder with an open stance. Dasher brings it. Swing and a miss. He was trying to go deep, but he came up empty, and it's 1-2. Check out what date it'll be where these two teams will play each other again. Here's the 1-2. Binder looks at a pitch away. Dasher comes set, brings the 2-2. And it's just outside. Ridgepoint fans didn't like that call. So on April 23rd, it'll be Elkins at Ridgepoint. The Knights will have to wait at least that long for a chance to get back at their rivals. Here's the 3-2. Binder takes outside, ball 4. We've had plenty of consequential rallies begin with a walk here tonight. So Joseph Binder goes down to first base. And just for the heck of it, I'll tell you what Binder's stolen base numbers are, although I don't expect him to try one here. He is for 3 for 3 on the season swiping bags. And now Abity, 0 for 2. High fly ball on the first pitch to right field, and backing up is Ferris. He's got the ball, and he throws over to first base, and it's a double play. I don't know why Joseph Binder kept going. Maybe he lost track of how many outs there were. But it's a double play, and it goes 9-3, and that'll do it. That is tough for head coach Brent Schmidt of Elkins to watch. We'll be back.
What if you made the rules? You'd probably make ice cream mandatory for breakfast. Maybe you'd decide mullets were fashionable again. And if you were in charge of your wireless plan, you'd most likely do something to save yourself a bunch of money. Well, you're in luck. Because when you get Xfinity Mobile and Internet together, you can save up to $300 a year on your wireless bill. And with Xfinity Mobile, you can choose the perfect data option for each person using it. From unlimited to shared data or a mix of each, all in one plan. Hey, you're making the rules here. Get started with Xfinity Internet for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement. Plus, add Xfinity Mobile to save up to $300 a year on your wireless bill. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay and 6/30/21. Restrictions apply. New Performance Starter Plus Internet customers only. Equipment, taxes and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Wireless savings compares to averages of top providers. Xfinity Internet required.
All right, Ridge Point comfortably leading 9-2 as we go to the 7th. They'll send up Kennett, McComas, and Vasas. Kennett had a double and scored in the 5-run 6th. And here he is again. He's 1 for 2, including a walk, or not including a walk, and a walk in addition to the 1 for 2. Our broadcast week, assuming nothing gets in the way of it, let's see what we got next week. On Tuesday, Dulles at Ridge Point softball. Then on Wednesday night, Ridge Point at Travis. And by the way, there are a whole bunch of Travis baseball players. As we mentioned before, they didn't get to play tonight against Dulles because Dulles has COVID problems. And so Travis had nothing better to do, and they came over here and scouted Ridge Point a little bit. They'll play each other Wednesday. First pitch swinging by Kennett to right field, but backing up and making the catch is Muniz. Muniz had been playing first base. Now he's in right field. And Kennett gave it a ride, but there's one away. Now McComas. He has walked twice and scored twice. Devin steps in, the number 9 hitter. Hallmark delivers the first pitch, and it's high and away for a ball. McComas waiting for the 1-0. Here it comes. Down and away. 2-0. So let's see. Next week, Tuesday night, Dulles at Ridge Point softball. Then on Wednesday, Ridge Point at Travis baseball. And then Friday night, Foster and Kempner baseball. And then on Saturday of next week, not Easter weekend, but the one after that, it's softball, Foster at Kempner. Trying to keep everybody happy. We know it's impossible. By the way, while I was talking, a strike delivered to McComas, 2-1 the count. Hallmark brings the next one, swung on and fouled back. The count even at 2-2. Ridge Point, unless they can't hang on to this 7-run lead, will have a 5-0 record. McComas, check swing. Did he go around? No, he did not. It's 3-2. All right, so Ridge Point will host Bush on Thursday. And then Ridge Point will be at Travis in the game that we'll broadcast on Wednesday of next week. There's McComas looping one over shortstop just beyond the glove of Jacob Binder. Talk about hit them where they ain't. Hey, Coach Chernock, I told everybody what you told me. Hey, there's Coach Grimm. I knew somebody had to escort Larry.
I do. I have to keep the ladies off.
So Vasas now stands in. McComas having himself a pretty good night. Stands at first with that single, and Vasas looks at the first pitch from Hallmark. And it hasn't gone the way that Elkins fans and Coach Brent Schmidt wanted it to go, but I think they might leave Hallmark out there, and he can finish this one off, and they will gather their forces for the next game. Vasas loops one toward left field. It's going deep. It is gone. Home run, Justin Vasas. And he has lots of doubles in district play, but this makes it 11-2. And as he's rounding third, Coach Welch motioning to his players, don't leave the dugout. When you score a run to make it 11-2, it's really not necessary to make a big show of it. But Justin Vasas really got a hold of that pitch from Hallmark and yanked it over the castle wall and left. Now Kyle Rosa. 2-run bomb by Vasas. How about that? Just a junior. And the first pitch to Rosa. On the outside edge for a strike. Kyle struck out twice and walked, and then he had a single in the 6th inning when Ridge Point scored 5 times. Next pitch to him. Swings and misses at a pitch that fell off the table right over his toenails. It's 1-1. Well, our fears of rain were never materialized. I had the umbrella. That's why it didn't rain. If I hadn't brought it, we would be drenched, I'm sure. Rosa ready. Hallmark delivers. And it's a weak grounder to the right side. Wade gloves it. He'll take it to first himself. 2 away. Score that 3 unassisted, the first such play we've had tonight. And it'll be Garrett Johnson. Struck out, hit by a pitch, and walked. I'm sure he would love to put a ball in play here. Kicking the dirt around. Hallmark brings it, and it skips away from the catcher, Abity, 1-0. So what's coming up for Elkins? They're going to be hosting Travis on April Fool's Night right here at the Castle. And they'll be at Austin on Wednesday night. Then on Friday, April the 9th, Elkins is going to be at George Ranch. And it looks like we're going to have another pitching change. Coach Brent Schmidt has gone out to the mound to take the ball from Hallmark. And we'll be back to tell you who the next guy up is. Here at the Castle, Rick Carpenter Field, Ridge Point leading it by a score of 11-2 and continuing to bat here in the top of the 7th.
I have a question.
Are you ready? Ready for anything? Ready for what life throws at you? At your kids?
Are they ready to study, to research, to write papers?
To do all the amazing things they don't even know they're capable of yet. And what about you? Yeah, you. Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Are you ready? Ready to take opportunity.
To make opportunity.
To be on top of things.
Internet Essentials from Comcast brings affordable, high-speed internet to your home for only $9.95 a month. Now available to low-income households eligible for public assistance programs like Medicaid, the National School Lunch Program, SNAP, housing assistance, and others. When you're connected, you're ready for anything.
It's a simple question.
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Ready for anything.
Visit InternetEssentials.com to apply. No credit check, contract, or installation fee. Taxes extra. Restrictions apply.
The Knights go to their fourth pitcher of the night, and it is right-hander Seth Spies. Making his fifth appearance of the season. He has a record of 0-1. He's thrown 7 1/3 innings, given up 8 hits, 3 runs, all of those earned, 5 walks, 6 strikeouts. He hasn't hit any batters. He has an ERA of 2.86 and a whip of 1.77. Throws 59% strikes, and opponents hitting .267 against Seth Spies. Now it's Garrett Johnson, right-hander, dealing to right-hander. Here comes Spies' first delivery. Check swing, but it's in there for a strike. Not a swinging strike, it was called. Spies wants Abity to go through the signs again, and now Johnson steps out. Now they need to talk to each other. Holds the glove up over the mouth. Pure paranoia in an 11-2 game. By the way, congratulations to the Kempner girls. Even though they lost to Friendswood last night, they lost on penalty kicks. Man, they played an amazing game against a team that was supposed to clobber them. They finished regulation time 1-1. Nobody scored in either of the overtimes, and then lost in penalty kicks 4-3 as Johnson takes his pitch low. And I think the count is 3-1. Johnson ready. Spies kicks and delivers it. Down and away for ball 4. So Spies walks the first hitter that he sees. His last name is spelled like Spies, you know, like the movie Spies Like Us, which I never saw, but I understood that it was horrible. Chevy Chase, Dan Aykroyd, not that they're horrible, but that movie was horrible. Now Nelson, left-handed hitting catcher for Ridgepoint, and he'll have to wait for his first pitches. There's a throw over, and Johnson dives back in. Ridgepoint has added 2 runs here on the 2-run bomb by Justin Vasas. And Nelson yanks one down the right field line, but it's twisting way foul. Over the berm, I think. That had pretty good distance on it. So Ridgepoint will emerge from its 5th district game. Still leading the league, and Nelson takes one high. Spies working to his second hitter. Walk Johnson. He's still leading off of first. And there's a pitch down and in to Nelson. 2-1. Zach Ellis in the on-deck circle. Abity wants an outside target. Swinging another long shot, but it's foul down the right field line, and it rattles around. That one did not leave the premises. Muniz picks it up and fires it back toward the Ridgepoint dugout. Justin Vasas does the honors. I'm sure he's feeling pretty good about himself after the 2-run shot. Nelson ready. And it's a slow roller toward Binder at second. Scoops it, he's got to go to first. That's the only play, but that's all he needs because there were 2 outs. 4-3 goes that put out, and now the Elkins Knights come up, trailing 11-2, and they will try to put something together here on VypeFortBend.com.
What if you made the rules? You'd probably make ice cream mandatory for breakfast. Maybe you'd decide mullets were fashionable again. And if you were in charge of your wireless plan, you'd most likely do something to save yourself a bunch of money. Well, you're in luck. Because when you get Xfinity Mobile and Internet together, you can save up to $300 a year on your wireless bill. And with Xfinity Mobile, you can choose the perfect data option for each person using it. From unlimited to shared data or a mix of each, all in one plan. Hey, you're making the rules here. Get started with Xfinity Internet for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement. Plus, add Xfinity Mobile to save up to $300 a year on your wireless bill. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay and 6/30/21. Restrictions apply. New Performance Starter Plus Internet customers only. Equipment, taxes and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Wireless savings compares to averages of top providers. Xfinity Internet required.
All right, so Ridgepoint fans would love to see Tyler Dasher finish a game. And he's kind of been snake bit in that department lately. Excuse me just a moment. So I saw one of the games where Tyler Dasher threw 6 2/3 innings, and it looked like he had finished it off. And I believe that was the home game against Clements. Their, if I'm not mistaken, their second district game. Can't remember if it was the second or the first. But now Braden Malfetto will come up for the Elkins Knights and try to get something going. Dasher starts him with a pitch that's over the plate but low. Braden Malfetto hitting .200 on the year. He's got 1 hit in 5 at-bats. Swing and a miss, and actually a foul tip into the mitt of catcher Brandon Nelson. Malfetto does have 3 RBIs on the year as the 1-1 pitch goes outside. Righty swinger facing Tyler Dasher. Dasher comes set, brings the 2-1, swung on and missed, the count even 2-all. Malfetto's hit was a double, and he watches the 2-2 pitch go outside and the count now full. He steps out for a moment. Ready for Tyler Dasher's delivery. Downstairs, and Malfetto draws a walk.
Number 4, Nick Carroll.
Now Nick Carroll is going to bat. You know, Nicholas Carroll has batted, but he had such small batting stats that I didn't put him on my sheet because I just didn't think he was going to come up in this game, but here he is. Sorry, Nick. And I think he needs to tell the umpire who he is because the umpire is writing something down. Best wishes, Blue. I'm sure that's not what he was writing. All right, Nicholas Carroll, I believe he's Wesley's little brother. And the pitch from Tyler Dasher is down and away. Nelson had it get away from him just a few feet, and no advancement by Malfetto. Nobody warming up for Ridgepoint. Dasher brings it. And it's a ground ball to second. Scoop over to second for one, on to first for another one. As it goes Ellis to Vossas to Groen, or actually Ellis to Vossas to Parker Menifee. So, looked like Elkins might put a little oh-by-the-way rally together, but the double play kind of puts a damper on that. Score that 4-6-3. And now Chris Contreras is going to bat, and evidently he's a popular young man. And you know his batting average is .600. He is 3 for 5 on the year. He's driven in 2 runs. He has a double. And he'll try to make Tyler Dasher work just a little bit harder to finish this thing off. And he swings at the first pitch and fouls it back into the night. Ridgepoint has had its way thus far with the Elkins Knights, although it was very much in doubt through 4 innings. Elkins was up 2-0. Ridgepoint scored 4 in the top of the 5th and have not looked back. They lead it 11-2. That pitch is now high to Contreras. By the way, I had a coworker named Chris Contreras in San Angelo, and have I got a story about him, but I can't tell it on the air, so ask me if you see me. The 1-1 pitch is low. 2-1. Dasher just trying to finish off a very workmanlike evening where he has thrown strikes. Bases on balls were the downfall of the Knights. 2-1 pitch is outside, and he goes 3-1 on Contreras. Right-handed hitting Contreras just trying to make a memory here in what I guess you'd call garbage time. Here's the 3-1. Swing and a miss. He was trying to go downtown with that one, and the count goes full. Tyler Dasher looking for a complete game. Here's the pitch. Swung on in line, past third. That'll be a hit for Contreras off of Kinnett's glove. And Contreras gets to first. He really stung the ball. These girls really love Contreras. He must be a great guy. All right, so now we're going to get another pinch hitter. It's going to be Travion Smith coming in. Travion looking for his first hit of the year. He has no official at bats, but he did draw a walk.
Number 9.
Contreras, do we have some stolen base numbers on him? We do. He's 4 out of 5, but something tells me he's not going to go. But if he does, Ridgepoint probably won't try to throw him out. First pitch to Smith, swings, and it bounces up and hits his leg after it hit the ground, so no pain. Everybody's having fun now in this one-sided game. 11-2 Ridgepoint. Tyler Dasher trying to finish it out. The right-hander brings it. Swing and a miss, and a fake snap throw down to first by Nelson. Dasher takes off his cap. Gets back on top of the mound. Now 0-2 the count to Smith. He's got really nice white shoes. I always loved wearing white shoes. Here's the 0-2. Called strike 3 on the outside corner, and that will do it. Ridgepoint defeats Elkins by a score of 11-2. The fans will head home to their respective addresses in Missouri City. We'll step aside and be back to wrap this one up for you on VypeFortBend.com.
I have a question.
Are you ready? Ready for anything? Ready for what life throws at you? At your kids?
Are they ready to study, to research, to write papers?
To do all the amazing things they don't even know they're capable of yet? And what about you? Yeah, you. Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Are you ready? Ready to take opportunity.
To make opportunity?
To be on top of things.
Internet Essentials from Comcast brings affordable, high-speed internet to your home for only $9.95 a month. Now available to low-income households eligible for public assistance programs like Medicaid, the National School Lunch Program, SNAP, housing assistance, and others. When you're connected, you're ready for anything.
It's a simple question.
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Ready for anything.
Visit InternetEssentials.com to apply. No credit check, contract, or installation fee. Taxes extra. Restrictions apply.
All of us love sports, but not all sports are created equal. College sports have big budgets, dedicated alumni networks, and corporate sponsorships. Professional sports have even deeper pockets, millionaire owners, lucrative TV and radio deals, and merchandise sales. High school sports have you. Everyone agrees high school sports give us plenty of reasons to cheer. And now's a great time for us to give back. Supporting your hometown high school won't cost you much, but it will go a long way to ensuring the games we love the most are here to stay. Texas high school sports. They're good for our kids, good for our community, and best of all, they're good for you.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
You are the We take care of you, so you can take care of business. Office Depot Office Max.
Taking care of business.
So the Ridgepoint Panthers, for the time being, assume control of the baseball race in District 26A. For Ridgepoint, 11 runs on 5 hits. They made no errors. For the Elkins Knights, 2 runs on 5 hits, and they committed 2 errors. For the Ridgepoint Panthers, Justin Vossis went 1 for 4, but that one was a big one, a 2-run shot to make the game a little more one-sided. Also for Ridgepoint, nobody really had an outstanding night except for Devin McComas, who went 2 for 2, and he scored a pair of runs and drove one in. Quinn Pfeiffer came off the bench. He was 1 for 1 and drove in 2. J.J. Kennett had a double. So Tyler Dasher got great support. He gets the complete game victory, 7 innings pitched, 5 hits allowed, 2 earned runs, walked 2 and struck out 8. And he gave up the 1 home run, but wow, that home run kind of seems like a long time ago. It came off the bat of Adam Wade, the starting pitcher. For Elkins, Jacob Binder went 1 for 3. His brother Joseph 2 for 2 and drove in a run. Adam Wade was 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. Of course, those were one and the same on his solo homer. Chris Contreras came off the bench near the end and went 1 for 1. But it just simply was not enough, as Elkins had to use 4 pitchers: Wade, Copeland Jones, Stephen Hallmark, and Seth Spees. Wade takes the loss in this game. He threw 4 1/3 innings and didn't give up any hits, but he did give up 3 runs, and once the Knights fell behind, then that was it. They did not score after they had that 2-0 lead. So we thank you so much for listening to this one, and we want to remind you about our broadcast schedule coming up on Thursday night. We will have the Austin Bulldog girls taking on Ridgepoint from the hardscrabble streets of Siena. First pitch at 6 o'clock. And next week, it's a little bit unusual. We'll have softball on Tuesday, Dulles at Ridgepoint. And then on Wednesday, baseball, Ridgepoint at Travis. Nothing on Thursday unless something changes. And then on Friday, April the 9th, it'll be at Kempner. We'll have the Foster Falcons invading the Cougars' home friendly confines. And then on Saturday, April the 10th, Foster at Kempner softball. The game will start at either 1:30 or 2. And so we also will keep our eyes on the situation with Dulles, as they have COVID cases, and Dulles is unable to play tonight against Travis. That game will have to be rescheduled. Everybody else, as far as we know, has been able to play every game as scheduled. So for everybody who is a part of the Vype team, I want to thank my good buddy Kevin Max, who always helps us out so much. He is a high school sports information director. He makes everything so easy. Also want to thank Miles Wade, Adam's dad, reading the announcements, telling the crowd that we are your broadcast home for Fort Bend County sports. And again, our final score from the Castle, Ridgepoint 11 and Elkins 2. Roger Smith saying good night, and we'll talk to you on Thursday for the softball game between Ridgepoint and Austin. Good night, everybody, and the Gator will play us off the stage.